Hey folks, the big day. I'm going to continue this Gearbox series where I was talking about the CX11 earlier. This video is about the CX14 and 14 for 14 millimeters. So this is the CX11 we talked about earlier. And I got to tell you, one other difference between these paddles is I feel that the upgraded version of the CX, it's a little more touch also. You really feel the ball more. So even with the elongated, you also feel the ball. And with the CX14, this series does not come in a control or a power. It just comes in one type of feel. It's kind of like an in-between, and it's 8 ounces. So you have the H for the H shape, and then you have the Q for the quad. And so just 2 paddles on the 14. And one other thing about the Gearbox is the older ones, the GX5 and the GX6, I know a pro player who tells me that it feels like nails on a chalkboard to him when he hears the ball hitting it because it's so unnatural to him. Well, Gearbox really fixed that a lot with the GX11, but with the 14, it even sounds more natural. Keep in mind, this is not a honeycomb paddle, but Gearbox designed this where maybe you're used to a honeycomb paddle and this is like an in-between, and then eventually if you want to go to thin ones, you can. I like this paddle, and I personally I wish this came in different weights because I like the heavier version. I like the 8.5. But the nice thing is this one I would actually use the blade version with because, having the weight more extended out, I can get more leverage on this, and I like hitting on this. I mean, for indoor, I really like this paddle a little more because that softer ball, I need to crush it a little more. And the CX14 really does a good job. And another shout out, this is another good paddle that Gearbox makes, the CP7. This is a honeycomb paddle. So Gearbox is trying to really, get all over the market, which is good. So last thing I want to do is, I promise, I'm going to compare the width. So this is the Franklin, the 13 millimeter core, and just look at the two. Let's see if I hold it right here. So the Gearbox says it's 14 and this says it's 13. But looking there, the Gearbox obviously is thinner, and the reason why, once again, is the guard right here. The edge, if you just take away the guard and measure the core, it'd be slightly thinner than this. But I gotta tell you, even though this is a thinner core, this is more aerodynamic paddle because you don't have this edge guard, and you don't have right here this edge catching the air as you're swinging it. Anyway. This also retails for $199, and I love this paddle too. I mean, pretty cool. Check out what Gearbox has. So the Gearbox CX14 is Pickleball Librarian approved.